It is a pleasure to see you again on my CryptoQ Media channel. Important announcements were made earlier today. While I don't think everyone else sees it, I detect a total strategy shift in relation to Ripple and the SEC. Just in case you didn't hear, the SEC has just updated its complaint against Binance to add just the tokens and digital money itself. Products on Binance are not securities in and of themselves, but the way they are sold on occasion is. This contract is a perfect match for the ruling in the Ripple court case. Given the circumstances, the SEC might not feel inclined to seek more funds for this case. After running it through GPT-01, the state-of-the-art AI system, it produced the following results. The SEC's emphasis seems to be shifting from labeling tokens as securities to the way they are sold. This shift is shown in the Ripple case and the amended complaint against Binance, where it was decided that XRP is not a security in and of itself, but that some of its sales methods constitute an unregistered securities offering. Given these similarities, it's highly likely that the SEC is ready to accept the Ripple verdict and stop suing the company. My expectation is that the SEC will simply accept the verdict in this case without trying to negotiate a settlement. Ripple is making good on their fine. Alright, I'm game. I am not interested in what sounds like the perfect scenario. The liquidity activities in that scenario are dependent on rippling, which is why that is the case. Offering securities is illegal, says the judge. For their second visit, they came back. Some changes and adjustments were made. Their most recent move, which involves reorganizing their XRP payment processes, apparently did not sit well with the judge. I think they should drastically alter their approach. I would rather avoid discussing this. I would like not to give it too much thought. Assuming a settlement does materialize, I anticipate that all parties will be able to peruse and comprehend it in clear English. In my view, XRP, the cryptocurrency, might not gain much from it. The company Ripple stands to benefit greatly from a settlement that defines its responsibilities under the law. Although this is great news for the SEC, I believe that XRP investors would be better served if the deadline were to pass without any more developments. The SEC has revised its complaint against Binance. This is AI's assessment all over again. The SEC has been unwilling to say it until now, but the phrasing change makes it clear that it is not considering the cryptocurrency asset a security, but the investment contract. Since their lawsuit against Ripple was successful due to the company's packaging and marketing of XRP in compliance with particular contractual obligations, they are now directing their attention to the corporate finance department's sales practice in this issue. These are securities offerings. Their next step will probably be to try to repeat that victory in this exchange. Ripple v. Binance, along with the SEC's amended complaint and the other two cases, all fit within this framework of law. Instead of labeling the coin as a security, it would be wise to focus on how the Howey test is applied to certain sales techniques and transactions. The vast majority of these prominent cryptocurrency holdings are not debt instruments nor corporate shares. If the SEC wants to change anything, it will have to fight an uphill battle. Oh, absolutely. Just this scenario. The continued implications of rippling from AI for the SEC's strategy are significant. Therefore, an appeal is not as necessary in this case. By accepting the initial finding instead of spending resources on an appeal, the SEC can keep its regulatory approach consistent. Strategically focusing on sales procedures allows the SEC to avoid setting a harmful precedent and ensure compliance with the offering and sale of digital assets. Once again, the SEC's allocation of resources might take a major hit if they decide to seek an appeal. To be expected, they will not squander resources on a lawsuit that has little chance of success and may perhaps turn out worse for them. More precise rules. They put up with it. The judge handed down a final decision to Gary Gunther. He made it clear at the beginning that even if we lose, we will let the courts to make a decision today. I think that very much sums up what happened, don't you? It also strengthens its legal position in each of these cases. Again, Ripple broke securities rules, even though XRP wasn't the security at issue. By adapting that approach to the nature of these exchanges, they may probably find more success. Accepting the ruling and going on is probably the best option, however there is a lot of analysis here across many pages. No doubt the SEC will act in this manner. For the time being, all we can do is wait. It is commonly known that the SEC's decision-making process possesses some imperfections. The judge's ruling in their favor in the Ripple case, however, should shed light on the application of the law to this area. The total amount of penalties and fines levied against them was a staggering $120.5 million. There were some successes as well. Despite their dissatisfaction, I think they will accept it because it was a legal reaction. Just as before, we'll have to be patient. Despite the fact that our appeal will not significantly affect XRP, we would prefer not to revisit this topic. Gray talents and black rocks will eventually find it much simpler. We can only hope that the legal hurdles do not arise when XRP and related investment products become more integrated into conventional finance next year. Since XRP is one of the most prominent cryptocurrencies, it has every right to partake in all of that. From my point of view, it will be quite advantageous. The added risk and drawn-out litigation that follows an appeal lowers value regardless of whether the delisting is successful or not. I don't get it. It is my sincere wish that this is now the past. At first glance, it seems to be. Nobody seems to be talking about how the SEC's new priorities align with the Ripple and XRP decisions, despite the fact that this seems to be the case in other judicial proceedings as well. Although I've heard that a settlement can be struck at any time, even after a final verdict, the thought of it gives me the willies. They opt out of action once again as we continue to sail, and this time it will cost them. Tell me which one. We'll confirm it. We are quite grateful for the viewers' presence here. It means a lot to me that you've subscribed and watched my channel. Until then, take care.